Hello, it's Simon Zutshi, and in this video I want to share with you 3 resources that you can use to build your property knowledge completely free of charge. Now, I believe it's great to invest in yourself to accelerate your learning. However, if you're just starting out, maybe you just want to dip your toe in and find out if property investing is suitable for you. There's so much information on the internet for free that's actually good, but also bad. See, the problem is anyone can film a video like this, put it on YouTube, and you don't know if they know what they're talking about or not. So let me tell you a little bit about myself and kind of what I've been doing in property. So I started investing in property in 1995. After 8 years, I'd completely replaced my corporate salary at Cadbury's, where I was a graduate trainee, then a senior manager. And since 2003, I've been teaching other people like you how to be successful investors. So I've been doing it a very long time. I've been pretty successful, but I've also made a huge number of mistakes. I've been able to invest when the market's been booming, when the market's been crashing, recovering again. So I've been through all market trends. Many people who've started teaching people how to invest have only been doing it over the last couple of years while the market's been booming. We are about to come into a big property market price correction. That means prices are going to come down. You need to be learning from people who've been there, who've been investing at the time and successfully navigated through that, which I have done for me and for my students. So the 3 resources I want to share with you, which are completely free of charge. First of all, this YouTube channel. I highly recommend you subscribe and click the little bell as well, which means you'll get a notification whenever new videos come up. And I'd encourage you to spend some time looking through the hundreds of videos I've got here. There are some great case studies. I talk about some of the strategies, explain how you can get started in some of those. The next resource is my podcast. So you may know I wrote a book called Property Magic. It came out in 2008. It was an Amazon bestseller. We keep on updating it. And that's because the property market keeps changing. The strategies keep changing as well. So you need to keep your knowledge up to date. Otherwise, you might be trying to use a strategy that's not appropriate for what's happening in those market conditions. So the book's constantly updated in its 6th edition right now. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it on audio as well. There's a small cost for that. But I also run a podcast. It's called the Property Magic Podcast. It's completely free of charge. Every Tuesday morning, I release a new episode. It's 15 to 20 minutes long. It's just me. It's no interviews, no sales. I'm sharing content from the book Property Magic, and I'm sharing content that I normally only share on my year-long property mastermind program. You can access it completely free. Again, I recommend you subscribe to it to make sure you don't miss a single episode. There's well over 10 hours already of content you can go back and binge listen to if you want. You can find it on iTunes, you can find it on Google Play, and also you can find it on Spotify as well. The third resource is the Property Investor Network meetings. So back in 2003, I'd kind of replaced my income. I'd stopped working. I was doing a bit of property part-time. And obviously I'd done quite well because I'd replaced my income. But the problem was I was quite lonely. You see, all of my family, all of my friends, they were all working. None of them had investment properties. They might have their own homes, but that was it. And I realized that although I'd done quite well, I'd also made quite a few mistakes. And trying to invest on your own, you will make mistakes. It's really smart to educate yourself, to learn from people who've already done what you want to do so you can avoid some of those expensive mistakes. And I thought, how do I learn from other people? Now, this was before really YouTube was around. The internet was only really just becoming popular. And I went online to see if there were any kind of network meetings. At the time, I was going to business network meetings. In the morning, we have breakfast and you give referral leads to each other. And I'd met a great business accountant, a great solicitor, mortgage broker, letting agent, all the people I needed for my property business, which was great. The problem was none of them actually invested in property themselves. So they didn't really understand what I was going through, what I was trying to achieve. So I was desperate to meet with some other like-minded property investors who I could connect with, who I could learn from, maybe I'd share some of the things I'd done as well. And I went online, there was nothing at all. So I thought, well, why don't I set up a group? So I set up the very first networking group in the entire UK for property investors, and I called it the Property Investors Network. Now, many years later, it's still running. It's the biggest network. There are 50 plus meetings all over the country. As I record this video right now, obviously we're not doing physical meetings because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but we will go back to physical meetings when we can. But right now we're doing virtual network meetings. Now, the benefit of this is that, let's say you live in, I don't know, London, and London's quite expensive. You can invest in London, but you might decide, actually, I want to invest in Hull or Leicester or Stoke-on-Trent or wherever it is. Well, using our virtual network meetings, you can plug into people who are local to that area, people who can find you deals, people you can joint venture with, people who can manage your properties, do the maintenance, and build up a local power team without even visiting. Now, you do need to visit at some point, obviously, but every month you can plug in and meet more people in that area and connect with them. And you can connect to as many people as you want. Now, there is an investment. It's £20 to access a PIN meeting. That's because there's no sales pitches there. It's just high quality content. We have a local letting agent, mortgage broker usually, and then also 2 great speakers and the opportunity for you to network. And you can even stand up or online and say, hey, here's what I do, and attract people to you. So it really is a very powerful way to build your network and also build your knowledge at the same time. Now, it is, say, £20 to attend, but if you've never been to one of these network meetings, one of the virtual meetings, you could come to your very first one completely free of charge. So here's what you do. And the details, by the way, are in the description below. So all the links you need are in the description below this video. So you go to our website, which is pinmeeting.co.uk. You look at all the locations around the country, pick the location either where you live or the one where you want to invest. Click on that. You'll see when the next meeting is. We have one every single month. And basically, when you go down to the payment page, instead of paying the normal £20, you click where it says pay with a voucher code. Then you insert the voucher code, which is YouTube, and it's in the description down below. Put YouTube in as the voucher code, put your personal details in, then we'll send you an email with a link to join that virtual meeting, or if it's one of the physical ones, to get to the physical meeting. So you don't have to pay £20 the very first time, because I want you to come along, experience it, see it's very friendly, you're going to learn a huge amount of information, there are no sales pitches, and you're going to want to go back again, I'm sure. If you don't, no problem, you haven't lost anything, but I'm sure you're going to want to go back again. That's why I'm happy to give you that free meeting for your very first time. So there are 3 free of charge resources, the first one being this YouTube channel, so make sure you press subscribe and hit the little bell. Second one is the Property Magic podcast. You can get it on iTunes, on Google Play or Spotify. And the third one is come to a PIN meeting. If you've not been, come to your very first one, completely free of charge as a guest. Just use the voucher code, YouTube, it will bypass the payment page. So guys, there's a huge amount you can learn. I've been doing this a very long time. I like to think one of my abilities is to take fairly complex ideas and strategy and make them really simple so you can actually implement them and apply them. So I wish you all the best on your property journey. As ever, I encourage you to invest with knowledge, invest with skill.